There's always Ozempic news, right? I feel like we can't stop talking about this. And Josh very smartly flagged at the start of earnings season, is Ozempic going to be the buzzword the way that AI was the buzzword last earnings season? We've got some news today that indicates this could be a buzzword we're going to be hearing a little bit more about. News that appetite suppressant drugs like Wegovy, like Ozempic, we remember that Walmart mentioned that consumers who were using these appetite suppressant drugs were not buying as many snacks. That sent down Walmart stock and some of the other stocks like Mondelez International, Nestle as well. But today we found out that Nestle is working on a supplement drug that you could take if you are also taking Ozempic or Wegovy that would allow you to maintain your muscle mass. So some of the analyst notes are saying that if snack companies like a Nestle are able to pivot, be a little bit nimble, and offer something that people could continue to buy alongside their Ozempic, for example, that could be a boon for some of those companies. We haven't heard from Walmart yet. That's going to be the big one coming up in November to hear how often they're bringing up Ozempic as a potential threat.
Yeah, I just think, I think it's great that a lot of these companies are trying to pivot and keep up with the trends. Clearly, Ozempic, these weight loss drugs, it's a trend. I don't know if it's going to continue forever, but I just think it's a little bit overblown at the end of the day. I just don't know if it's going to really derail a lot of these companies.
I think overblown depends on what we're using as a barometer of overblown. Like you look at some of the stocks and they're off in the mid-single digits to maybe a full 10%.
Yeah.
And that to me feels like, well, we're priced in now. Like we've priced in the current market of Ozempic and maybe the potential future market of Ozempic, because a lot of what people have been talking about is that TAM for 2030. So it seems like maybe we've already just kind of reached priced in that quickly, and earnings aren't going to be what moves the stock lower. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Coca-Cola earnings, which are tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. Just curious, what they say about the drugs and if that's able to move the stock one way or the other, because I think obviously every single one of these companies is going to downplay the concern. They're going to say, yes, we know it is a concern, but they watched what happened to Walmart, and they're not going to say, well, we actually think sales are dropping because that didn't go well for Walmart, right?
Yeah.
So you have to be careful about how you're positioning it.
Yeah.
And so that will be interesting too, just what companies say. Nestle, interesting to want to make a product to basically complement it. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. Trying to kind of hedge any potential downside, right? Yeah.
It seems interesting to me. You would think you just stay at what you're good at. Just keep making food and see how many people end up getting on the drug. But I don't know, it clearly shows at some point they are worried about how many people are potentially going to get on.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you want to stick with your brand. I don't know if I would buy a Nestle muscle lean
Right, I
drug.
know.
I'm not sure if that's what I think Nestle is known for. I know Nestle for their hot chocolate.